Crazy Bernie. He is one crazy dude.
And I have differences of opinions with Donald Trump, but the truth is, this guy really is a pathological liar.
Bernie, our communist friend.
Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump could not possibly be more opposite. Here's how. Sanders supports Kaepernick in the NFL player protest.
Jake, let's not worry about the politics of what's going on. Let's talk about why players are doing what they're doing. Players are talking about is the need for criminal justice reform, the need for police department reform. They have the right to make that point, and I appreciate their standing up for what they believe.
Donald Trump, not so much.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out? Don't want to pick them up because they don't want to get a nasty tweet from Donald Trump. When people like yourselves turn on television and you see those people taking the knee when they're playing our great national anthem.
Sorry, what?
Bernie Sanders has the support of...
I just really like how he isn't accepting corporate contributions to his campaign. I really don't think they belong in politics. I don't want a reality TV star to be running my country.
Why is he your choice? I just like a lot of things that he talks about, social injustice, the things about climate control.
And even all these names, right here. Read them and weep, Donald. At the RNC, Donald Trump had a familiar Ronda Rousey foe.
What's up, GOP? Good evening, everyone.
Who once famously answered,
when are we going to see women in the UFC, man?
Never.
Anytime soon? Never?
Never. When asked by Jimmy Kimmel if he would debate Bernie,
yes or no? He wants to know if you will debate
Yes,
him.
I am. How much is he going to pay me?
even doubling down,
Oh, I'd love to debate Bernie. He's a dream. I'd love to debate Bernie, actually. I mean, the problem with debating Bernie, he's going to lose.
Bernie Sanders willingly said,
You know, the goal would be to have it in some big stadium here in California.
oh, but what do you know?
We've just gotten a statement from Donald Trump. The headline being he's saying that he will not participate in a debate with Bernie Sanders.
Donald Trump with golf?
The worst celebrity golf cheat ever.
You're right. To say Donald Trump cheats at golf is like saying Michael Phelps swims.
Very well run properties. If you've been to one, you know that.
You know, he kicks the ball out of the rough so many times, the caddies call him Pele.
Bernie Sanders, unlike Trump, gets cheated. Like Debbie Wasserman Schultz's emails in the 2016 Democratic primary, where she targeted Sanders and conspired against him on numerous occasions, for which Elizabeth Warren asked and answered.
Do you agree with the notion that it was rigged?
Yes.
In the game of basketball, Bernie Sanders had a deadly set shot, rugged elbows, was crafty, and from mid-range, 10 to 15 feet, he could kill you. Donald Trump shows off his shooting form with desperate Puerto Ricans he doesn't give a shit about because, well, that's just the tiny man he is. Form? 4 out of 10. Bernie Sanders once gave hitting instructions to former Dodger Yasiel Puig, a Cuban. Donald Trump's proposal for people who look like Puig? Kill Major League Baseball's deal with Cuba, even though the MLB deal with Cuba solved a horrible human trafficking problem. By breaking that deal, the White House now owns this and exposes Cuban players to human rights abuses. Donald Trump spends over $102 million flying to his resorts and hitting the links, mandating compensation for his addiction, golf. Bernie Sanders doesn't play golf. So Trump did what he does best.
Say, this guy wants to tax you. Think of it. This guy wants to raise your taxes to 90%. I love this area, by the way. I've been here many times. Great golfing area, right? We love it. No more golf, if Bernie said no more golf.
Bernie Sanders was a track star. Via the New York Times, Sanders finished third in mile at the Brooklyn Public Schools Athletic League Track and Field Championships on May 21st, 1957. A former teammate even said Bernie had already won a few races and this other guy had never won a race in his life, so the two of them were finishing together and Bernie just pushed him ahead and let him finish first. I mean, that's the kind of guy he was. Donald Trump, fit as so let's see him run the mile against Bernie Sanders. If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.